and your body processes it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a plant does the same thing. It just does it from the ground up. So
Mm.
now the water is absorbed. Only water. Water absorbed. The ground is the nutrients and the
Mm.
phosphates.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is in the ground. It don't get no better than that. Anything other than that, you're trying to replicate.
Mm.
So now the plant uptakes the water and turns it into sugars and everything it needs, phosphates, potassium, all like that. And then it goes up the root, it goes up to the stem, and then it goes out to the actual squash itself. We call it the fruit.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to the fruit, but it also goes to the leaves. But if you're not eating the leaves, then you cut the leaves off.
Mm-hmm.
And then that end, when you cut the leaves off, that end will fill up. Now all your energy is going straight to the squash.
Mm.
Now your squash getting more energy by working the same, working less, because everything is funneled up going directly into the squash instead of going into the squash and going into the leaves. Now it's going straight to the squash.
Mm.
That's the same way with weed plants. That's why at the end of a life of a plant, they call it, not at the end, but during the life of a plant, when now you're starting to go into your 12-hour day, and now the plant is starting to bud or give you the fruit. Your plant's starting to bud, then you want to make sure before your plant bud, you want to lollipop your plant or you want to cut all the leaves off. That's lollipopping.
Mm-hmm.
You cutting from the stem, from the bottom, all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
You want to cut all the leaves out the way so all the light can get in.
Okay.
Now your plant absorbing all the energy from the root all the way up to the top to the bud. It don't stop nowhere along the way because you don't have no more leaves no more. You cut them off. So now all your energy is going straight up the stem. That's why at the end of the plant life, like right now, my sticks, they're not giving me much. They're not giving me much because the plant doesn't give you much, but the fruit is potent.
Right.
So right now, I lollipopped all my plants. Now I'm boosting them, hitting them hard with bloom, 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 bloom every other day. Blam, blam, blam.
Right.
And now they're at the end of their life. So now instead of all water and bloom, now I'm hitting them with water and molasses. In about a 2-liter bottle, I hit them in a 2-liter bottle, I put a quarter of a teaspoon of molasses. Basically, I put molasses and pour it out and then dip it in the water. Okay, what the plant does, it absorbs that sugar and it strengthens it to go for that last final run. So for the next week, my plant gonna go for that last final run. Like, ooh man, it's like a B12 shot for an athlete.
Right.
Okay, now he's gonna get that last run in, and then in about 2 weeks, I'm gonna hit each plant with a tall, cold bottle of smart water. You say, why smart water?
Mm-hmm.
Smart water is filtered 15 times.
Mm-hmm.
Even for you, if you drink smart water, your balance will be corrected immediately. Because you got to understand, if you drink tap water, you drink 8 ounces of tap water in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a minute before you piss that tap water out. Because it got to go through the filtration system of your body, through your kidneys and all like that. But if you get smart water that's been filtered 15 times, you drink smart water, then what happens is the water starts going through your kidneys to be filtered, and your kidney go, hey, what the fuck is this? This shit is already done. So it passes on through. So, like they say about beer and tea, you don't buy beer, you don't buy tea, you rent it. Because average beer is filtered twice.
Wow.
So that's why motherfuckers be running to the bathroom all the time. Because it's been filtered already.
Wow.
It's been filtered. So your body recognizes it's being filtered. So it doesn't have to do the work. With smart water, it's been filtered 15 times.
Damn.
so your body don't do the work. Try it. And especially if you're a little, it ain't a B12 type thing, but, when years ago before I even came out here, my boy Calvin, this bumper hit. I sold that bumper.
Yeah?
Yeah, that AMG bumper.
Okay. Damn.
Hold on, man. He hit me now. The dude bought the bumper yesterday for $850, and then I sent him an invoice for the headlight. Now he just hit me back. I won't need the headlight after all. The body shop said I just need the lens. Okay, cool.
Okay.
But $850 on the bumper yesterday, baby.
Oh my God! How much you paid for it?
52, something like that. 52, 53.
$52 and sold it for $850.
Absolutely.
Oh my God!
And you know what he said?
What?
The killer thing is when he hit me with his personal number, and then I can go back and see, he was the guy that I was looking for. He had called me a month ago saying, "Can you send me a picture of the bumper?" Okay. I said, "Okay." And I sent him a picture of a white bumper. He said, "No, that's a base model bumper. I don't want that. I need an AMG bumper." The crazy thing, when I posted the AMG, he hit me. He like, "Hey." Then when he said, "This is my number, send me pictures of the bumper. I want to see this." Then when I sent him, I can see that he was the guy that I was looking for, but I couldn't find. So I get that motherfucker all rolled up. It'll go out tomorrow.
Look at Chuck, the boy.
$850, nigga. And the bad thing about it, would have had that $850 in my bank account. He hit me up yesterday to send him the invoice. I got home, got to sit on the couch, fucking around. He hit me back about 7 o'clock. "Hey, I never got the invoice." I said, "Son of a bitch, I forgot. $850, I forgot." Nigga, shit, that money would have been in my bank account, but it was after, when I invoiced him out and he paid it, it was after 6 o'clock. I'm like, damn, I missed out on my Thursday money. But that's all right. I got a little Mexican kid, Jose Guatemala. He's coming up from LA this morning. He got a hot 250 in his pocket. He want to spend it on his headlight for this BMW. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And I got another cat in Moreno Valley. He want to buy one of my little G37 hoods for $300. I'm like, okay. So he tried. I can't come down until after 5. I'm like, you don't scare me none.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna do 5 today, easy 5.
Wow.
Got to get that 900. I ain't lost it, but I gotta get that 900 in chargebacks back.
Right.
But this dude right here, $850. I got that 9. Right. I was looking for a nice little lick. But yeah, man, the gardening thing, I love it.
So break down the leaf game. I never heard about cutting the leaves off, man. That was some different shit. Like, they're cutting the leaves off? No.
Yeah. All bud plants do that. I mean, anybody growing weed will do that. Your bud is at the top of the plant. You seldom get buds, different plants, but you always, and when you're building your plant, your plant grow. There's so many things you can do with your plant. I got two of my 6. Them motherfuckers are like menorahs up in that bitch. You know what a menorah is, right?
What's that?
The candle, the Jewish candle.
Oh, okay.
With the 7, yeah. You make your plant do that. You make your plant do that. You can make a plant give you more fruit and more intense fruit, but you got to work it. Now, like I said, I'm going to do squash, in this little plant. And then when the bulbs start coming, see, especially in LA, because a plant in LA, it doesn't get, compared to out here, It doesn't get that hot in LA. It get 90 degrees, 95. You niggas are falling out. Y'all acting crazy, drinking beer and shit, It's 102s and 3s out here,
Damn.
But you know what? Even for my watermelons, I have, how you go in the Home Depot and you go in the plant department, and you're walking in from outside, it's hot, and then you walk in when you get in the plant department because they got that screen over there, UV screen over the plant department, and get a little cooler.
Right.
Yeah, I have that for my watermelon.
Wow.
I found that in the back of a truck last year here at Pick-a-Part. I'm like, ooh, they didn't know what it was. They like, oh, $1. I'm like, thank you. That shit was like $90. But yeah, anytime you take a plant And you're not changing the molecules. You're adjusting the molecules. You're adjusting. You're adjusting the food. You're not adjusting the consumption. You're just adjusting the way it moves through the plant.
Mm.
So when is that like, have you ever saw a collard green plant that grows straight up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you know how they cut the leaves off at the bottom. Now, mama go out there and she break the leaves off at the bottom,
yeah.
and then when she break those leaves off, then that plant shoots up higher.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's what she's doing.
Oh.
She's breaking the leaves off down by her knees or whatever, and then that plant will seal off where you took them leaves from, and then it will bloom up further. It will keep going as high as it can go. Until, how you see plants lay down on the ground, because that's from the weight.
Damn.
That's from the weight, So that's what you're doing. You're just redirecting the power. You're redirecting the fuel. So you got squash laying on the ground, and they got all these leaves on top of them, shield them from the hot heat, but it don't get that hot in LA. Mm-hmm. So when you cut the leaves off, then you have that. You have that food source that was coming up, some of it was going to the fruit, and some was going to the leaves. But you don't eat the leaves. So you redirect it now, instead of it coming up, going to the left and going to the right. Now it all goes to the left. Mm. So the plant is constantly growing. And I'm going to throw you with another bomb thing that, other than the salt content, you can't use a lot of it. You can't use a lot of it, but seaweed straight out of the ocean will put your shit on turbo.
Really?
Seaweed is the fastest growing plant in the world.
So how can you make it? Would you have to grind it down or something, or what?
You got to puree that shit.
How you do that?
In a blender.
Huh?
In a blender. Just you got to puree it. If I was going to the beach, I would get, a little seaweed, chop it up, blend it with nutrients and everything. You want to try to dilute the salt.
You want to dilute the salt before you blend it.
Well, you want to kind of dry it out. Try to, just stick with, the stems, not more so the leaves, but the stems. And you want to blend it down because you want to get the majority of the salt out of it. Mm-hmm. A little salt is okay, but you want to get the majority of the salt out of it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, seaweed grow like 2 inches a day and more.
What?
Yeah. Seaweed put this shit on steroids. You can buy it though. You can buy it already processed, but it's processed and diluted. Very expensive in the in the hydroponic stores and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah. Seaweed grows all day, every day.
Wow, it's natural. It's natural. Just natural.
All natural, but you got to watch the salt content. You got to watch the salt content because you got to understand. You only get out what you put in. So if you're putting in seaweed, grind it up, fresh out the ocean, you just put it in the blender, then you're getting all the seawater. You got to drain it. Let it come off. And then blend it up and just use it sparingly. You're not blanketing. Like mealworms. I mean, like worm casting. See, worm casting, supposedly, the worms are eating nothing but organic fruit, leaves, vegetables, and stuff like that. Right. And then they're just sitting there shitting the same thing they're processing.
Oh, okay.
Like I say, that shit used to be free over there off Alameda. So it's right under Alameda and Wilmington, over that way, Rosecrans over there, a bake shop over there. And they farm their own worms over there. And they used to have piles of worm castings. You just come with a shovel and a bucket, you just come get it for free. But now they ain't doing that shit for free no more. They done turned this shit into a commodity, yeah. Well, let me get ready to go in this yard, man. I'll give you another lesson later on. Tools? They don't.
Man, Chuck.